concerns India's ouster from WTC finals as they have lost out to Australia. However, there was a raging controversy that concerned Indian cricketer Shubman Gill. Now, Shubman Gill will be facing a sanction for appearing to criticize the decision to give him out on the fourth day of the test. Remember, there was so much talk, not just on social media, but also by fellow colleagues and umpires, and also people in the commentary box where they were deliberating on how exactly Shubman Gill was not out in this decision that really claimed that he was out. And this was much talked about, went viral on social media, also possibly latched on to India's chances of losing out on the finals. Now we are hearing that Shubman Gill will be facing a sanction for appearing to criticize the decision that gave him out on the fourth day of the test. In fact, 115% of the match fee has also been fined. So this is another blow for Shubman Gill, as there has been fine imposed on him. ICC has in fact fined Shubman Gill 115% of his match fee. Let me actually take this across to Shivani on the broadcast. Shivani, fine and also sanctions. It does look like the kind of support that Shubman really was getting from his colleagues and also on social media has cost him heavily.
There was, of course, a lot of public reaction to Shubman Gill's dismissal. That in itself is okay, but the ICC usually, is not very kind to somebody questioning an umpire's decision. And that is exactly what Shubman Gill did. So from the fans' perspective, you are open to criticize, debate any decision, but a player is not, allowed to publicly criticize any umpire's decision, which is what Shubman Gill, seems to have done. Almost publicly criticizing Richard Kettlebrow's decision. So he's been fined 115% of his match fees. And obviously a 15% extra for that public criticism. Yeah. He has breached Article 2.7, which relates to public criticism or inappropriate comment in relation to an incident occurring in an international match. As far as the team fines are concerned, those are for slow over rates. And actually the teams were being criticized by commentators quite heavily, even as the match was going on, because of the slow over rates maintained by both Australia and India. We lost a lot of overs. Eventually, it may not have mattered because of, India was bowled out before the end of day 5. But it is something that that teams attract fines for. So India were ruled to be 5 overs short of the target after the time allowances, while Australia were found to be 4 overs short. And therefore, according to the ICC Code of Conduct for Players, they have been fined 20% of their match fee for every over their side fails to bowl in the allotted time. That amounts to 100% for India. And then an additional 15% for Shubman Gill for his take on social media that seems to criticize an umpire's decision.
Also, Shivani, like I was mentioning, other than the support that he was getting on social media, it was also the people in the commentary box that were supporting and in turn criticizing the umpire's decision. In this case, something that really was talked about was Ravi Shastri and Mr. Gavaskar talking about how the dismissal of Shubman Gill was really unfair. Is there something also going to be done about that, or that really is part and parcel of the game and the broadcast of cricket on television?
So when a controversial decision is made, obviously during live broadcast, there are, of course, different opinions, and those are par for the course. I don't think that anybody has questioned the umpire, even from the commentary team. For example, Ravi Shastri was asked about the Shubman Gill catch by Cameron Green, and he did kind of say that he understands where Richard Kettlebrough is coming from and why he chose to give it out, even though there will be enough justification to also argue on the other side. And generally, I think the fans were also upset because it wasn't clear whether the ball had been grounded or grassed or not. And in such circumstances, traditionally the benefit of the doubt goes to the batsman. But I think while you may discuss which way the result has gone, from a player's perspective, it is barred to, publicly criticize a decision or, criticize an umpire's call. I think it is just, if you look at Shubman Gill's tweet as well, he posted a picture of the catch when the ball was almost touching the ground and the fingers don't seem to be under the ball. So he has the right to talk about it. I don't think that would be an issue. But to suggest that it was a wrong decision and go on social media is something that the ICC doesn't quite allow.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Shivani. So After this furor over Shubman Gill's dismissal, there has been ample support that the cricketer really received from all quarters, but he has in fact been fined 15% of his match fee. 100% of the match fee has been fined of India for maintaining a slow over rate. With that, it's a wrap from my side.